If you've been dealing with depression for many years like I have, it can get exhausting. There are some days where it feels nagging and relentless. I was just talking about this with my cousin yesterday. She was dealing with quite a serious episode of depression and went to the doctor to change her medication. I never want to push a certain philosophy on anyone, but one thing that changed for me was switching from regular talk therapy and the usual depression approach to trauma-based healing. Now, I dealt with a lot of stuff as a kid that gave me trauma, and I really didn't realize that I was dealing with trauma until I was older. So switching my approach really allowed me to create a different relationship with my symptoms like anxiety and depression. Now, this is not to say I don't still struggle with thoughts and still deal with depression frequently. What it means now is that I see it in a different way. And one thing I started doing is working on trauma-based workbooks. I had a therapist that recommended certain trauma-based healing workbooks to me. And what I found is that my depression was doing something for me. So was my anxiety, so was my anger. Your symptoms are trying to protect you. So for one, you can thank your brain for trying to protect you. As a child, growing up, thank your brain for doing what it needed to do to keep you safe. That's what those symptoms are. What I discovered with a little self-reflection is that depression was keeping me safe. That symptom would keep me at home. It would keep me from trying new things. All of these things that I was fearful about, depression helped me avoid those things. So even though it's hard to think of it like that, that's part of what depression was doing for me. I had to admit to myself that I was feeling that feeling so I could keep myself safe, which was keeping me boxed in at times. And it was also keeping me from trying new things to feel better. Along with being a tool for me, depression is also a signal. So it keeps me safe by letting me realize, hey, maybe you've been doing a little too much, or maybe you've been spending too much time with people. Because honestly, I'm an introvert, and it affects me if I spend too much time going to events and parties, all the things that my 4-year-old daughter loves to do. So believe me, I have bad days, but I try not to let my depression run me or take me over. Instead, I realize, what is it doing for me right now? It's telling me I need to engage in more self-care. It's keeping me from socializing because I don't want to socialize. And what you do with those insights are up to you. But when you realize that your depression is the result of your brain trying to keep yourself safe, you might see it a little differently and you might try to work with it, which can help empower you in those times when you're not feeling so great.